everyone. Welcome to another edition of Blue Blood on the Main Line. I'm your host, Curtis Sumpter, and I'll be joined by one of my best friends, Randy Foye. What's up, Foye boy? What's going on, man?
Kurt, what's up, man? How's everything?
Everything's great, man. Just glad to catch up with you, have you on the show. It's been a long year, but definitely glad that we were able to get you in before the season's ended. Who knew the team would be going as far? But I'm glad to finally get down and sit down and talk to you about it.
Yeah, that's appreciate you having me on, man.
So that's what's up, man. So obviously you need no introduction. One of Villanova's all-time greats, legends. But let's quickly talk about, man, just back in 2002 when we first got there. Just trying to get things started. What is it like to be a part of Coach Wright's first class? The class that most people say is the one that pretty much got things started and see where things are today.
Yeah, to be a part of it, for me, to be honest, it was an honor because I think while we were going through it, we really didn't understand what was going on. But to look back, watch Scott, watch Jalen, and the list goes on and on of guards. And I know it's a lot of names that I'm probably missing out on, but it's a lot of good that has came through that program. And like I see myself, I see you, I see Jay, I see Cal, I see Marty, I see all of them. It's just an honor to be part of that tradition because Coach, I think in the beginning, to be honest with you, Coach put to the max, and we didn't understand what was going on. But Coach had a vision for us, and I think that vision was to be the foundation of what Villanova basketball is. So, like I said, I'm just happy that Coach Wright came to New York, sat down and ate KFC with my grandmother. Said, I want you to be a starting guard at Villanova for the next 4 years.
Right. No, I mean I was just telling someone the other day. It really did start with us. I say he put us through it all, and he knew we were highly competitive, and he knew that we would take pride in it because we all was prideful people in ourselves. So when it was time to pass it on, we wanted to make sure that people were living up to the standards and were held accountable the same way we were accountable. And like you said, that's the foundation, that toughness. But not only that, he taught us really how to be good teammates. You know what I mean? Like I think he really helped us, think, like you said, just a little bit bigger than ourselves and be a part of something.
When you think, like every time I think about like class, like it seemed like our class represented a city or a borough, right? When I think of you, right, I think of Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. I think Jay. I think of Amityville. I think of the Bronx. I think of Newark. I think of how Philly, even Nardi's in that. Will Sheridan's in that. It's like we had town cities on our back. We had the choice, right? We're leaving our state, going to Pennsylvania. We had no other choice but to perform. And I was like a lot of people junior, senior year, but I think we really started clicking. Like that last, I think when I hit that shot, seeing Hall, things started to come together. I tell people I was in the worst game. And Coach gave me the ball. Like I think I had like 3 or 4 points in the ball. But
that game, like you said, I was watching. I forget what game it was this year in the Big East tournament, and I felt like it was another moment of Seton Hall. I was like, oh my God, we was trying to inbound the ball, and I was like, oh my God, if we don't get it, this ball that reminded me because it was like maybe 4 seconds left or 5 seconds left. We had the inbound balls. All I know is that someone fell when the ball was thrown in because it wouldn't get a 5 second. Then they got the ball was going down court. And I went and like hacked the dude. He shot what, 2 air balls? Like that doesn't happen. Like I hacked him, he shot
that
2
was
air
Nardi
balls.
fell.
Yeah, Nardi fell. So they got the steal. They going down for the layup. I think they was gonna win it. I mean, he might have been tied.
You fouled Tony L.
I fouled Tony L. He airballed 2 free throws. I don't think I've ever seen that happen. Then we get the ball back, obviously with a couple seconds left. Take another time I'll get a half, you get it, and then boom, you hit the game winner. But that whole Big East tournament, I mean, because we was expecting to go home, I guess people were, and then we beat Seton Hall, and then who else we beat that year? Did we beat Providence? We beat Providence, right? People was expecting us to beat Providence, and then we went to UConn, and we just knew we were going to beat UConn because they didn't have no Jaleel Okafor. You know what I'm saying? But we still won. Ben Gordon showed out that day, man, which was crazy.
I was guarding. And I just learned it. And like in life, the attitude is more important than anything, because no matter the situation, you have the attitude, right approach. But you're going to be successful no matter what. I don't care which life, you have the right approach. Good. And I can remember that was me who already slipped and fell. And I can remember looking over at this time like, oh my God, not again. And Coach Wright's just like, attitude. And he mistakes, right? He can live with shots. But one thing I always remember, he can't live with, if you're not playing hard, right? If you're not there diving on the floor, if you're sacrificing yourself for your brothers, like he can't live with that. But if you're out there, right, and if you make that mistake and it's like he'll probably get on you and take your, but at the end of the day, he's gonna put you right back in 20 seconds later. And get hurt and take him out and put someone else in the game, and then it's just like a rotation. And I always appreciate it. Always like his humbleness. He tried everything possible to help him get to the next level. People, Kurt then hurt me. Like Kurt was gone this year. Because I remember those conversations that before we went to. You remember that before we went to Nashville?
Yeah, man. I mean, it was almost. Yeah, I mean, it was almost kind of written. I mean, I still didn't know it was real. You know what I'm saying? But I remember people talking and but my thing was that, we winning. You know what I mean? Like, let's just keep winning. I felt like we was going to win a chip that year. And I felt like, listening to him and like you said, playing for your teammates and coaches, it's like, even though that might be in existence, I still wasn't seeing it. I was just thinking about the next game. You know what I'm saying? Like how we can get busy.
So, and I just, like I said, to Jay Frey, I think it was probably like a week ago, and thing happened, and we were like celebrating Nova, and that thing with all of the players. They had like their bottom. It was kind of like building a house. They had like a foundation, and Coach Wright is in the middle of it, right?
Right.
And I said to Jay, it's healthy, right? And we win. I said we win 2 national championships because our guard play was good, and it's not to take anything away from Dante, because Dante and Will played their tails off. It's just we needed one or more bigs. But they had Noah, but they had Richards too, Chris Richards. He played with Minnesota for the Timberwolves.
Exactly. Yeah, 3 bigs.
So I just always said, like, if we had Sheridan and Curtis Sumpter and then Dante coming in, or if we had Jay Frey and Curtis Sumpter and Will Sheridan coming in, where we already knew we had so many guards, we knew guards were playing like a guard. That's why I look at it sometimes like bitter, but I won't change the world.
Yeah. Randy, it's so crazy because like I don't know about you. I mean, you continue. You played for so many probably Hall of Fame coaches other than Coach Wright, and great coaches if they're not Hall of Fame coaches. But I always felt, and this is my professional career post Villanova, and when I think prior to that, of all the coaches that I've had, as far as like explaining basketball and it making sense and where you can be successful, I've never felt more comfortable than in a Coach Wright's system. And I'm like, it wasn't even like it was for me. Usually, people feel good when the system is for you, so to speak. You gotta play, blah, blah, blah. But I'm like, I'm in this system, but I'm still shining because of just knowing what's going on and how to play basketball. Like, can you speak to that?
Yeah, Coach Wright is the best coach ever. It's just Coach Wright is like he's unique in a way where he can get on the court, right? And when you're 4x50, he can be the toughest individual that you probably would encounter, including your opponent at Pitt or whatever was for us, right? But then Coach Wright can step over the line, and Coach Wright can talk to the media. He can explain, the boosters, what the team need, right? He can explain to us outside of that why he got on us. And if we continue to do it, continue to get on. But if we don't get about something, I think Coach Wright, he's like a CEO in a way. But he has a big thing where he can explain to you exactly what you want in a tone that you're not comfortable with, but he can also do the same in a tone that you are comfortable with. So I always felt me and Coach Wright clicked on a level like of eye contact, because a lot during my junior and senior year, right, I would look at Coach Wright sometimes for reassurance things weren't well, and he'd blink his eye and he'd go like this, right? Sometimes I would make a mistake and Coach Wright, we all know he would go crazy. But he'll go crazy. What are you Coach.
Right.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Hey, after the free throw, go and then go TNT and make sure you isolate and try to get Avery Nardi. Like he had a way of coaching us where he understood. I was more where I didn't say much, but I led by example. I wasn't out there. I wasn't the rowdy guy, right? But he clicked on a level, and I watched Curtis, I watched Jay Frey, treated all of us like differently, the same, but good personalities. Right? That's the unique thing about him that makes him such a great coach.
Now he's definitely a master communicator, and I think it took a minute for him to understand how to communicate with me. I guess he thought the guy coming from Brooklyn, Brownsville, getting the extra rah was to get something out of me, but I was more like, just tell me what it is, like just regular in this tone, and we good. Like I didn't know how to respond to that. I think once he started saying like that's how it had to be, he was totally good. And like you said, he will have that moment, maybe, in the middle of the game or practice, whatever, but he come right over to me like, all right, Kurt, so this is what I want you to do. And just, all right, coach, I got you. It was just like next play, like, you know what I mean? But it's just, it was just a great way, I think, to get the most, out of kids, but it's at the same time, show them how passionate you are about the things they're doing and how costly it may be in the game. But you know what I mean? It's for your teammates. You know what I mean? In that kind of a way. So don't let your teammates down or something like that. So it was dope.
We weren't I wasn't the typical North kid. And I know for sure that you weren't the typical Brooklyn kid. And not saying that you're not willing to learn, but I think we just were eager to learn. Like this like our whole mental makeup is like, how can I get to the next level? Like I'm gonna do whatever I here at this stage just to get to that next level. And so I think Coach came at us in the beginning. He was like, man, like I expect to recruit a guy like this from North. Like 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 everything I tell you to do, you do it. You know,
Right.
some people that everything I tell them to do, they do the total opposite. But I just was so eager. I knew myself that if I didn't want to be a statistic. So I know if I didn't do what I had to do at that stage, it wasn't, I couldn't go back. Just put it that way. I couldn't go back. And I love where I'm from, everything that it's about. But I know what you stay in the neighborhood, man.
Right.
I get it.
Randy, I swear to you, that was my drive. You know, I saw guys who, you know, we celebrated in the hood. They was doing their thing in the NCAA tournament. They playing in the NBA. And then you know what, Randy? They back in the neighborhood on the courts. And I see that. You know what I'm saying? I saw professional, you know, boxers doing their thing and then, you know, winning championships. And then they back in the neighborhood, Randy Brown, like Brownsville got everything. You'd be surprised. So my thing was like, I don't want to be Brownsville because Brownsville got nothing but just history of, oh, everybody come out of Brownsville. Well, yeah, everybody back in Brownsville. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody leaves. So for me, my thing was like, how can I make it and not come to Brownsville? Or if I come back to Brownsville, not because I have to be. You know what I mean? So
that's why
I totally understand what you're saying.
just watching it, you know, Villanova is a special place. Villanova is the place where a lot of us came in as and left men. Villanova is a place where, you know, we had a game where we had a kick for this how to each. Like in my situation, I can remember in high school and you know 50, 60 points, but playing no defense. I can remember going to Villanova and having big practices and shooting the ball well, but not playing defense and being held accountable, saying, "Hey, that won't work." And things like that and situations like that carry not only through the making it to overseas or they carry you through life. And just those life lessons that coach that came through, you know, helped us with. It just put me in a mindset that on the court, I just felt as though I couldn't be stopped, right? And I felt as though I could stop you.
Let me tell you guys a little bit about our partners over at BetRivers Sportsbook. If you haven't signed up yet with BetRivers, now's the time because they are offering a $250 match bonus for your first deposit. What sets them apart is that they require one playthrough just to turn your bonus into cash money. With their new Rush Pay instant approval, withdrawing your winnings is safer, more secure, and more reliable. With conference play starting up, get in on the action by going to betrivers.com today or by downloading the BetRivers iOS app. Must be 21 years or older. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Randy, you were definitely unstoppable. And I recognized that in high school when you were killing our guards, and my coach was like, "Man, you need to go guard him." You know what I mean? And I went over there and tried to throw a little muscle on you, but it ain't worked too well. He was already in the zone.
We were in the Bronx, right?
Really? Well, I played you one time before that. I don't remember the tournament because I recognized you the second time in the Bronx.
I think I played in Connecticut. I played in Connecticut one time.
Yeah.
And then I think I played in the Bronx.
Yeah, definitely.
I think you had Sebastian Telfair, Taekwon Dean, Curtis. I think Charlie was on your team.
Probably Charles on our team too, yeah.
Charlie, and you had, and Mikey started. Mikey was starting. He knew Taekwon because me and Taekwon is like Neptune, the short area.
Yeah.
Right? And Mikey was saying something crazy. Like Mikey said something that ticked me off. You ain't better than him. Like who is this? He's supposed to be better than you. He's from Jersey. He's supposed to be better than you to Taekwon. And Taekwondo, he wasn't saying nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't.
Taekwondo wasn't like the talker, really.
Yeah. I wasn't saying nothing, and I was like looking at Mikey, like, hey, he's talking. And then next thing you know, I don't know, I went crazy that game.
Yo, you was going freaking off, man. I was like, yo, what the hell? But yo, we always had somebody on the New York team, one of the guards, start talking junk to another guard, and then that guard goes off. You go off. I think Mikey and Gary Irvin one game was talking junk to like Paul Robeson. He gave us like 40, like, you know what I mean? Like sometimes it goes in our favor, sometimes it doesn't.
Kurt, and I think we won it, but y'all walked. But then I think like you and Jay was like, what school you going to?
We were, yeah, exactly.
I was like, who you going? Like, who you going to? I don't know. I was like, I think Nova. I was like, they got a new coach. My boy, the guy who was with Freddie Hill, I want to go to, or I was like, see him in Florida coming over. And I was like, I want to go here, but I was like, I know Sean Dockery going to Duke, and I know Robeson's going to Florida. Like, I don't know, I might go to. And I just remember when I said that, I remember when I said I might go to Nova. I remember looking at Jay. He was like extremely cocky. Like Jay didn't care. Right?
Yeah.
Jay went like, and y'all was walking off the court, and it was at and Jay was like, and I looked at you, and y'all both was like, yeah, I might.
Yo, I was
like, you didn't say it. Just look, you gave me. Yeah, I might want to play with him.
Bro, I'm not even gonna tell you because obviously, you know, they telling us, me and Jay, you know, some of the similar things. They recruiting you and Allen and some of the, you know, different ways essentially. So obviously it's like, yo, we want to get you guys some bigs and some wings, and us it's like, yo, we want to surround you guys around good guards. So obviously hearing the names of people they recruiting, you know, you're like, okay, I hear this name or I hear that name. But then when he got the job, it was like so sudden. And kid you not, like even though Alan Ray is right there in the Bronx, like I didn't play against Alan Ray. I must have played against Alan Ray maybe like 3 times, 4 times, maybe 4 times. You know what I'm saying?
Said,
all many years in the city, we just never
say that.
played.
It's funny because it's like so when I was playing for Brooklyn, right? When I was playing for the Nets, like I lived in Jersey. And so I was like driving through like, yo, so Staten Island is right here. Like I would be on the turnpike, like this is Staten Island. Then I'd cut across, I'd be like, this is like no traffic. This is like York. Like I never understood, like, because you know, like when you live in big cities, it's like if you're trying to get to Brooklyn during rush hour, that's like 2.5 hours. Right. If I'm trying to get to Bronx, that's like 2 hours during rush hour, DW, all that, right? I don't even want to go there. So I never really understood. If someone was nice from Brooklyn, right? I would hear about like Quincy, but like you never really heard like you never really played against each other. Like I would hear about Kurt, but I never really got a chance. Like it's like a myth.
It's like a myth story, yeah. Like
you just hear stories.
Myth for a while. Like, who was this Alan Ray guy? And obviously, Ray Allen, that always is going to stick with him. And I'm like,
and I was playing against
this guy ranked so high. I need to play against this guy. Yo, I need to see who somebody got him ranked higher than me. What? Like who? And then Lily might be like uptown messing around or something. Like, yo, I saw this guy Alan Ray. I'm like, I never played, so it was crazy. But once
you always heard of Lenny, right? Like we was at ABCD camp, like we would see each other, but like they always had it set up one play each other because that tri-state area was I don't want Curtis to play a guard or small forward tri-state area. I want to see Curtis play against somebody from Texas. I want to see Curtis play against LeBron. Like, and I was playing against And I played
And
against
then honestly, like,
Calgary. Yeah.
and honestly, it was like sometimes I didn't even know who was who till after. You know what I mean? Who I played against. Everybody the same, no name, you know. I was just like,
Yeah.
okay. Or somebody said, okay, you got such and such. It was a premier, but it was more so about who's the wing for me. I
Yeah.
didn't care who was the guard, the two guard, because they was ranking you based on position. So I mean, it wasn't, I didn't know who Randy Foye was, but I could have not even seen you at
Yeah.
all because I'm trying to figure out who the wing is. The same way you're trying to figure out who the next guard is, you got to be ready for it, man. But I remember just sitting in the MSG when it was time to announce. I guess I was going to Villanova or doing something for him, and we wound up being in the same spot. That I think you had a Mike Vick Atlanta Falcons
Yeah.
jersey on or something like that. And I was like, oh shoot, Randy here too. And I was like, okay, it was like another moment we to like sit down and talk because it was coming down to when we needed to make a decision.
Yeah.
And you know, I was like,
Yeah. I
you
think
know, what you want to do?
Alan was first. You was
Yeah, because Alan was first.
third.
Yeah.
And then we was like Jay Frey, #1 big man in the country, Mari. We
I
were like,
had a feeling Jay was
yeah.
gonna come. I had a feeling Jay was gonna go where I went if he didn't go to the NBA. I'm not gonna lie. The one school that kind of like shook me a little bit was Louisville.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. Louisville shook me a little bit. But because they was just trying to like big boy, like Rick Pitino, you know what I mean? Coach wasn't.
I thought he was going to Carolina too. But then Jay was like, I remember seeing Carolina because Sean May. It was cool to see like you can let like those top dudes like once those top 15 dudes like, and you next. Like I knew like once top 15 like I was just in a place where I was just gonna come in right away and just
See, it was the perfect situation with you. Like I was talking to Al, you know, he was just like, you know, I got Gary Buchanan, you know, I'm behind. Me, it was like, okay, I had Sully, I had Dreas, I had Marcus, I had Rick, had Jason. I ain't gonna, I mean, that's not shit, it's just Jay Frey. You know what I mean? So I was like trying to, in the midst of 5 guys, find time and take. So yeah, it was a little rough for me. And at first, like I couldn't understand it. Cause I'm like, hold on, like it should be just Sully in front of me. I should be whenever Sully come out the game, I should play, you know. But coach was trying to, you know, again, figure out how we played together and you know what worked well. And I think a lot of our just competitiveness helped us play well. You know what I mean? And then, you know, obviously the phone scandals towards the end of the year gave myself more opportunity to play.
I walked into the perfect spot. Like I understood like every situation that I wanted, I was considering, I was making sure where I was walking into a situation, I knew 25 minutes. So I think the situation, like, yeah, snow was good, but right when it, like he said to me, I want to play 3 guards. And his vision was for me, A-Ray, and Buchanan, and at the 4, and Jay Frey at the top. But no, I give them there's credit. Like he came in, he was like, nah, I ain't no freshman taking my spot. So yeah, playing, which was cool because always guard, and I can guard somebody my size. But you know, all those guys like Gary Buchanan, Ricky, all of those guys who were there, like I have respect. They didn't have the success that we had on the court, or probably, but bro, they play hard, bro.
Bro, I should tell people, I was like, those guys, I said, you know, like they are like our OGs because they taught us. I said, we came in there a little cocky. I said, yeah, ranked high. I said, we had these little things about, okay, yeah, it's freshmen against upperclassmen. the little workouts we get. I said, he came in like trying to really build. I said, them dudes was like, what? You kidding me? Like, I got 4 years in the weight room. I know how to play. I know. I said, they made it tough. And I said, at the end of the day, it was like respect and love there. You know what I mean? I said, those dudes love us. I said, it probably was a little bit bitter at first. I said, but when they left there, I said, them dudes love us. We still talk today, you know? And I said, the thing about I respected them is that, you know, they tried to buy into what coach was doing because, again, you know, it was a new coach for them. Yeah,
we good though? Because I gotta
you
get ready.
Go. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know you gotta get going. But real quick, I want to just ask you, man, what are your thoughts really quick about the team this weekend and what we got going? I know Justin is won't be there for the game, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is probably the best coach done in a while. Just looking at the team, extremely talented, but I just think the way they have adjusted from the beginning of the season to being a Final Four team now, no one could have guessed. So I think Coach Wright just living by and that this is the way we here. This approach type of attitude you have to have. I think it has rubbed off the play that they feel as though they can't lose. I'm just like, this is like one of my proud moments. The games from afar and being alumni that, you know, every do they have to get to this. I think this is one of Coach Wright's best.
I agree because again, like everyone, no one thought they would make it this far. They've just continuously gotten better and better with each game. Each player has gotten better throughout the course of the season. Even though, you know, we were missing, you know, Justin for the next game, I do think that we will gain some more athleticism. I think with Longino coming in and Antoine coming in, I think it brings us a little bit more quickness defensively.
Yeah, Longino, wow, too.
What's that?
Longino towards meniscus.
Oh my God, I didn't know Longino towards meniscus.
Yeah, so Longino.
Oh my God, man, I'm bugging. So Caleb is just really gonna be on Caleb to really step up into that role, which he has been doing an unbelievable job doing, man. But I wish I could get out there. I know you wish you could get out there, but you know, we still got lives to live. We can still be there from afar. But I won't keep you much more. I appreciate you being on the show, Rand. I know you got a business to run. Can't wait to get up there and check it out, bro.
All right, man. Well, good to see you. Like I said, I appreciate all you guys, man. When we get a chance, we definitely get together this summer.
For sure, man. Self-esteem and the kids, I said hello, man. Love you, brother.
Well, love you, man. Take care.
All right, man. Take care. Go Cats.